Hi, welcome back. You're with Halftime Report, but on Midcaps on the Move today, we feature AsianaHousing, the stock which has rallied nearly 150% this year. Now, Religare has initiated coverage on the stock with a buy rating and a March 2016 price target of 245. VarunGupta, the whole-time director of AsianaHousing, and Arun Agarwal of Religare Capital Markets, who's released that report, both of them join in this afternoon. Hi, gentlemen. Thanks very much for speaking with him. Mr. Gupta, before I come to you, I actually want to get to Arun. Arun, can you take us through I believe you also met the management recently. What is it, that you discovered in this stock which has led you to actually track it this closely now?
Yeah, hi, good evening. So as far as the AsianaHousing is concerned, there are 2-3 things which we clearly liked about the company in current backdrop. The first one, the product portfolio is pretty, attractive. They are launched properties in sub 55 lakhs bracket. The quality is pretty good. The brand is pretty strong, and if you look at the balance sheet, the ROE profile comes out pretty strong at 35%. So on the net basis, considering the kind of product that they are working with and the kind of product that they are developing, my sense is that the volume growth should have to happen. Further to this, the company is looking to expand its presence into a few more cities and expansion of the operations in the existing cities. So that should ideally lead to growth in volumes, and hence, we like the company from the mid to long term perspective.
All right, Arun, thanks for putting that in front of us. Let's actually ask Mr. Gupta, who is the whole-time director of the company, whether these expansion plans are in progress. Varun, can you tell us which are the new geographies that AsianaHousing plans to launch their mid-income housing projects into, and what kind of a revenue trajectory are you hoping to see? You're sitting on a base of around 110 crores for FY14. So by the end of FY15, where do we expect AsianaHousing to close the year with in terms of revenues?
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. In terms of expansion, Sona, just off of Gurgaon, is the next location that we are hoping to launch. We have a joint development agreement already signed off, license is in place, and remaining approvals are a work in progress. So as soon as they come in, that will be the next city that will get operational. We are also in active negotiations in a couple of more cities to get them on board as well, and so within the next couple of years we should have one more city operational after this. In terms of revenue growth, one of the things that has happened is we had some accounting changes which led to depressed revenue recognition in the last year, and it should improve. In the last financial year, we had actually a value of area booked of nearly 650 crores. And as we go forward, a lot of that revenues which will get recognized. And FY16 should be a good year. I wouldn't like to give a revenue estimate on it directly, but I think Arun would have put something in his report.
Arun, have you?
Yeah, if you look at the balance sheet, for the last year, the company had advances of 250 plus crores, and most of those will have to come as a revenue recognition in the next 2 years. So we are looking at, from a PAT perspective and from a ROE perspective, a significantly higher growth. So I am expecting about 78 crore rupees of PAT in 2015, and about an equivalent or slightly higher growth in the next year. So net from a ROE perspective as well, I'm looking at about 28% ROE in 2015 and about 35% ROE in 2016.
Okay, Arun, what are the key risks that you see for AsianaHousing?
As we discussed, the key thing to growth will be to, expand into new cities and expand and acquire new land or projects in the existing cities for Asiana. So that would be one key area which would be pretty important for sustenance of growth perspective. The second thing obviously would be the overall macro environment and the industrialization, the kind of growth that we see in those cities. So I guess these are the two key, monitorable areas or key risks which needs to be taken care of.
Okay. Varun, tell us a little bit about what kind of realizations do you think you can enjoy in some of these markets that you currently operate in? And, in new markets like Sona, Gurgaon, etc., what kind of ballpark prices and realizations are we looking at?
So in general, our projects right now are within 2,500 to 3,500 rupees per square foot pricing. Some projects a little higher, and even a project which is a little lower than 2,500. But that's the ballpark figure that we're doing, with an average sale price of about 3,000 on a weighted average basis across the company. The Sona project will obviously be higher, with realizations of about 5,000 and plus.
Okay. And apart from entry into Gurgaon, I understand that you're looking at a lot of south-based projects as well. Just take us through the pipeline there. Maybe not in this year, maybe in FY16. What kind of projects are you looking at? Which are the states that you would target? And by when can we expect any, any announcement?
Ma'am, we are actively looking at Chennai and the south, and hopefully we will have a announcement on the land front within the next 6 to 9 months, and then then we'll start the process of approvals and accordingly launch the projects there. In other cities, we are also been actively looking in Gujarat, where we have launched a project in Halol already, as to where we can expand further, but we are not as clear as to what city in Gujarat we will target right now, so it's a little further away. And also, we have also gotten some indications. We had signed off on a land parcel in Calcutta 2-3 years ago, which was not moving because of approvals. We have gotten some indications that approval should come in there as well over the next 12 to 18 months.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. All the best with your future ventures. And thanks, Arun, as well, for putting this stock in front of us. Well, that's the word coming in on Asiana. But let's move on and talk about bigger stocks now. CNBC TV 18 Sohini